You want basketball? We got you.
What about plays on the turf? We got you covered.
Or maybe even a knock right out of the park.
We give you our takes on the latest sports news, music, and anything trending around the world.
You are now in the clutch with Nia
and Malik. What is going on, guys? We back.
We bite.
Episode 28.
28. What we naming this one?
The War Done episode.
Ooh.
It wasn't a lot to pick from because we had already used AP
Right.
for the 26.
Right.
But we really should use AP this one, but I really couldn't think of anybody that wore 26. So
Right. This okay.
we just had to
Work done's
go
cool.
with the flow, man.
Falcons legend.
Yep, Falcons legend for sure. Nia, what's going on?
Nothing. You know, it's springtime. It's warming up. The streets is opening up. Vaccines is
Backed up.
vacked up. Everybody getting vacked up. I don't know, Malik. I'm praying that we have a summer like Summer 16. Can we get one of those? I feel like we deserve it.
We do, but Summer 16 was so epic. I don't know if you can kind of.
Okay, you can't recreate it.
Can you get close to it though?
But the same feels that Summer 16 gave you.
So we gonna need the same music.
But even better, you know,
yeah,
Drake
true,
is dropping.
True.
I mean, everybody's dropping in summer.
Drake is dropping.
I think he's dropping.
Man, look. Drake was supposed to drop last year.
He wants to make sure that this album's good, though. Don't y'all care about artists caring about y'all and, I'm sorry, us as an audience and making sure that everything sounds good? Y'all don't care about that? At least he takes that into consideration, because then if Drake was to be quick to just drop something, y'all be like, oh, Drake is trash now. Drake is just dropping trash. So it's like, dang, he cares about his art. He gave us some throwaway songs. He gave us a freaking EP to hold us. He gave us actually
to hold us off.
He gave us a throwaway. What is that? A throwaway mixtape? Dark Lane demo tape.
Yeah.
Features. He's still doing features, and then he just gave us Scary Hours too. I mean, gosh.
But he said that it was dropping in January.
Well, you know what? That's on him.
That is on him. That is, and I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna hold him accountable.
But then he tore his ACL. He had to recover.
He tore his ACL for real?
Yeah, he literally tore his ACL.
When did he tear his ACL?
Like December-ish.
Playing basketball?
January-ish. I don't know, but obviously he was
fell
doing
off the
something.
stage because ain't no performances.
Yeah.
So, wow, dang.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that man tore his ACL.
Yeah. You didn't see the whole, like, everybody
fine to me.
clowning him on Twitter because he tore his ACL, and they like, bro, you can't drop an album. And I think something happened to somebody. I don't know if somebody got shot or something like that, and they dropped some music, and they was like, Drake has no excuse. It was something of that sort, but that's how I figured out he tore his ACL. Malik Brown, how are you?
Bruh, I hate spring. I hate spring, y'all.
Sorry for the people who have
no, don't even do it like
issues.
that. It's a problem, y'all, and it's really bad. It's really bad. I walk outside, I start sneezing.
Well,
I go back in the house, I start sneezing.
Well, you knew what season was coming, though.
Bruh, it's bad this year, though. Spring just started, what, Monday?
No.
Why am I
2 weeks ago?
Yo, I had an episode yesterday. I swear on everything. I was sneezing nonstop for at least 3 minutes.
Oh my God.
I was losing my mind.
Can't relate. Y'all be easy though.
See, man,
Can't relate. Y'all be easy though.
I don't like that.
Should have been born in the spring. You would have been immune to it. You would have been immune to it. Hey, my birthday's next Friday, by the way, guys.
Yes, sir.
Spring babies. Aries season.
Aries.
All right, let's get into it because we got a lot to talk about.
Let's go, y'all.
Clutch update.
All right, guys, we are back with Clutch Update.
We bite.
And it is no better way to start than March Madness.
March Madness.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I really haven't seen any. I have not seen a thing. I've barely watched any games, but I see the upsets. I see everything going on. I ain't been tapped in like that.
Yeah,
I haven't.
It's Pac-12 takeover for the men's side, in my opinion. This is the first tournament without Duke, Kentucky, or UNC.
That's weird.
I mean, the era was gonna have to end one day.
Yeah, the way Duke got put out too. I mean, with all the They got put out because of COVID, right?
COVID.
Yeah,
But I mean,
well, they weren't even in the tournament. They were, yeah. So.
I don't know how to really. I don't know what to say about Duke because they weren't the best this year, and I mean, you know, a lot of people want to talk down or whatever it is, you know how it is when a super team or a good team, you know, is kind of losing its mojo.
Its flavor,
I mean, it happens, you know.
True.
And I just felt like this season it just was not for these teams, and I mean that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, but Duke has not been that great at all this season. I mean, they've had some good spurts.
I saw Coach K complaining a lot this year.
He
too,
complained
about
a lot.
COVID, just a lot of different. I've just seen him on the headlines complaining about a couple of things.
Yeah.
As far as COVID, but
right.
Yeah, they weren't the same. I mean, I really didn't hear much about like their star players either. Who was it? I don't want to say I'm wrong. Is BJ Boston on
Kentucky?
Okay, he's on Kentucky. All right, I'm tripping. Okay. But yeah. So I haven't really heard much about like the big players like that.
He just was. I mean, he was a freshman. You know, I don't. I mean, I would feel some type of way if he declared for the draft this year because, like, I want people to understand it's nothing wrong with being a 4-year player to develop. And granted, when we talk about the draft, of course, I know it's very competitive on the men's side, but if you're not fundamentally, or if you have not adjusted to what the college level has for you, then what makes you think
that you can make it to the
and I mean, you know, because it's BJ Boston.
Yeah.
He may just declare. If he hasn't already. I don't think he has. I haven't heard anything.
He might though.
I mean, he was this year I've seen a couple of games. And I'm not going to say he's not a talented player, but he's a freshman. He's young.
Yeah.
Like, he made a lot of different mistakes just like everybody else.
Right,
and
right.
I feel like if you stay and you develop and you gain that team rapport, I mean, it wouldn't kill you to stay another year.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just literally thinking about all the past, like the draft classes and the players that have like made an impact instantly. I mean, you got LaMelo. I mean, of course, he didn't do college, but he was playing with professionals.
Right.
You saw he was hooping.
Exactly.
Hopefully he's able to come back, but they said he may be out for the rest of the season. You got Luka. Luka came in balling, but he was playing
with grown men
when he was like 16.
Yeah,
so,
kid. Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna get that same. Anthony Edwards. He's had an up and down season.
Right.
So,
he's still developing.
See the difference, right? You can see the difference. So
right.
Man.
So it's like either you sink or swim. You know,
Yeah,
like
right, exactly.
You know, for Anthony Edwards, you know, yeah, he's been up and down, but you can see his potential and you can see what he brings to the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, they're not the greatest team, but he makes some type of impact.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look at the 4-year players, people that have stayed for 4 years, or 3 years or whatever, you can see the difference in these players. I know you and I talked about, when we talk about Deandre Hunter, he was a 4-year player.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at him now. Yeah. I mean, he came into the league rookie season doing some things, came back off season, went hard, and now he's up to his game even more. And he looks unstoppable. Right. So much more than you look at young Cam Reddish, who, you know, is having a hard time adjusting to the league. And it happens. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they're young, they're athletes, you know. But I don't know, it's been an interesting year. I've been following Michigan a lot. Shout out to Juwan Howard. Love what he's done with this program. I mean, you see a lot of different stories, you know, a lot of different stories. So
it's a lot of underdogs too.
A lot of underdogs.
Loyola back in it.
After took down Chicago, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow,
yeah, that's crazy.
I was shocked,
and I think they said this was. It's been a minute, but they said it's 4 double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So that's kind of unheard of.
Yeah.
When you hear about Sweet 16 or
whatnot. Yeah. So, Sweet 16 for the men and women starting back tomorrow, Saturday. This is pre-recorded.
I swear I'm gonna start watching now.
You should.
I swear I'm gonna start watching now.
Yeah, it's not like 50 billion games on at once.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
know,
like it was kind of hard, and it was like. All right, I'm on Twitter. I'm seeing everybody talk about this game.
Right.
But I'm watching a whole different game. Well, I'm just looking at it. Like, I'm not really legit watching it, but it's on my screen. So I'm like, dang, where is it? Where am I supposed to go?
Yeah.
Is it ESPN?
Yeah.
TNT? Where is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's been everywhere. Going on over to the women's side. Look, if you're not tapped into the women's side.
Talk your talk.
Yo, it has been insane because I feel like this season for the women's side has been so special because everything has been up for grabs. Like, you have your UConns, you have your Louisvilles, you have your NC States, you have your Michigans, you have your freaking Iowas and your UConns. But the thing about it is I want people to understand that all of these teams, we've seen all these teams in the regular season have upset losses, you know, to where it's like, yo, the tournament, you bring it or you go home. Yeah. You bring it or you go home. So if you have not been tapped in, my favorite game so far is that Texas A&M Iowa State game, which was crazy. Jordan Nixon, she is a dog. She's from New York. She's just a sophomore at Texas A&M, and she's been leading the way for the Aggies. And she had a career 35-point game, and she made that shot at the buzzer. Crazy game. Crazy game. A lot of teams that people didn't even expect to make it this far. Georgia women's basketball. Shout out to Joni Taylor for turning around that program. I really hate that they're not in the Sweet 16, but they had an incredible year. Shout out to all those seniors that stayed, from Jenna Stady, Q Morrison, Gabby Conley, Maya Caldwell. Just an incredible team that Joni Taylor put together. And then even Georgia Tech is in the Sweet 16 this year.
Georgia Tech. Making some noise.
That's right.
I love to see a Georgia team make it far. I really do.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Nell Fortner because she has literally came in and changed this program around. And now these ladies are headed to the Sweet 16.
Do you see them being South Carolina?
I don't.
Dang.
But, you know, it's just levels to it. I mean, Dawn Staley has built this program for years now, you know, and it's going to take some time, but who knows? It's just everything is up for grabs.
It looks like anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
It really does.
Anything is possible.
Do you think that has to do with the atmosphere as far as like no fans or no? It's just good basketball. And everybody's so hungry to win because last year was cut short. Yeah. True. And a lot of teams have dealt with so many ups and downs from COVID protocols to injuries. Of course, you already know what we've dealt with this year, and I'll get into it in just a second. But I just think that this year everybody's just hungry because last year was just a year of unknown. Right. And you've seen the rise of a lot of these teams that their seasons were cut short. So a lot of people got a chip on their shoulders, from coaches to players and everything else behind that. Well, they was ready last year, boy. They was ready.
Yep. Now, I wanted to talk about, of course, the talk that's been the talk for the past week and a half now with the disparities between the NCAA women's and men's tournaments. And I'm sure everyone has seen and heard about it, the viral video with Oregon forward Sedona Prince exposing and showing the difference between the women's and men's tournaments.
I got something to show y'all. So for the NCAA March Madness, the biggest tournament in college basketball for women, this is our weight room. Let me show y'all the men's weight room. Now, when pictures of our weight room got released versus the men's, the NCAA came out with a statement saying that it wasn't money, it was space that was a problem. Let me show y'all something else. Here's our practice court, right? And then here's that weight room. And then here's all this extra space. If you aren't upset about this problem, then you're a part of it.
And I want people to understand that it's way deeper than the difference in the swag bags between the men's and women's. The clear and utter food difference between the women's and the men's. Or the weight room. When you have a rack of dumbbells, but then you see the men have a full-blown weight room. You know, and here's the thing, Malik. This has been going on for years.
Yeah. True.
Even when I was an athlete, I saw the difference between us and the men's program. And, you know, it's nothing new for us. And, you know, we've pushed through because we love this sport, and we've allowed society to tell us, well, because we're women, nobody really wants to watch us. Yeah. And so I want people to understand how hard these women have worked, especially after playing through a global pandemic, being isolated from your family and friends. You sacrificed your body, your health, just to do what you love.
Right.
You've dealt with game cancellations. You dealt with injuries, and not to forget the fight for social justice. You know how that can lead on someone mentally, you know?
True.
And you mean to tell me these women don't deserve half as much as the men, if not more, because they're women and they aren't as exciting to watch, which is bullcrap, because women's basketball is very, very exciting.
Somebody get Shaq.
Very good basketball.
Please, somebody get Shaq.
Or the big excuse that everyone loves to use is revenue. It's bigger than all of those things.
Money.
It's bigger than all those things. It's simply because they are women. And unfortunately, how cruel this world is to women at times, or if not all the time, it's sort of like they're justifying that women deserve to be treated like crap because a few losers don't find women's basketball exciting. If you hate women, just say that. So NCAA, it's time to make some very big changes. And it's been going on for far too long. And I'm so proud of these young women speaking out on this very important issue, because women deserve better, and we will get better, and we will continue to fight for equality. So that's my rant. And it's deeper than just accessories. It's deeper than just camera time, TV time. It's the fact that women deserve just as much as the men, because they work just as hard as the men. I don't care about the whole they're not exciting. If you're a true basketball fan, you're a true hooper, basketball is basketball.
Yeah.
But so many people want to disconnect, or so many people want to belittle women because their pride and their ego will not allow them to watch women's basketball or support women's sports. Then what kind of man are you, for real? That's all I got to say.
It's crazy. You would think that they would have learned after watching what they did with the WNBA during the bubble, but it seemed like there was no lesson learned or anything.
It's
like,
a repeated cycle.
It's crazy. Yeah,
it's a repeated cycle. We voice our opinions. We literally record everything. We see that you see the difference. Everybody knows the difference.
Then the next day they change it.
Yeah. Or okay, we'll talk about it. Everybody's gonna tweet about it. Everybody's gonna be outraged about it, and then boom, it's just gonna go under a little rug, and everybody's gonna forget about it.
Right.
That's the life of being a woman in sports. And it's got to change, because there's no way you're going to tell me that women don't matter because we want to talk about revenue, or because a couple keyboard warriors and losers who probably never picked up a basketball a day in their life won't respect women because they're women that play sports. Remember now, we live in a society where they feel as though it is wrong for women to even be involved in sports. They say, oh, you should just stay in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. You should be focused on trying to build a family. Why? Why can't I play the sport that I love just like everybody else?
Man,
so
you gotta do better.
Yeah, it's like, come on, put your pride aside. Literally, I can't stand when I meet somebody or a man that says, well, yeah, I don't really watch women's basketball like that. Okay. Why? Basketball is basketball. Mm-hmm. And if you got a problem with it, you ain't no real hooper. Period.
Period, Pooh.
But on to more March Madness talk before we get out of this. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's an exciting time.
It is. It's a lot of madness for sure.
A lot of madness.
Crazy. There's a lot of madness going on.
A lot of madness.
So who do you see coming out at the end of the day? Who you got in the men's and you got in the women's?
I got Gonzaga for men.
Okay, I've heard a lot of Gonzaga.
Yeah. Jalen Suggs is wow.
A lot of that.
I've enjoyed that kid this season. For women, oh my God. I mean,
oh yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
That's the exciting part about women, because you got Baylor. I do have Baylor coming out of in one of my brackets. Baylor. You got South Carolina, you got UConn, you got Stanford, you got Texas A&M, Maryland, NC State, Louisville, Michigan. I mean, there's just so many good teams. And I told you, it's just like with this, the women's game, it's just everything is up for grabs. It's not like years ago you could predict that, oh, UConn got it. Yeah. Because we don't know.
You're right.
We don't know.
Man, the world of the unknown.
We don't know.
That's what sports is about, man.
Absolutely. So it's going to be exciting. Again, just follow along. Sweet 16 will start Saturday, March 27th. Again, this is pre-recorded, so we will come back with another episode with a couple of our predictions. But March is exciting as always because trade deadline. Trade deadline.
The stress. They had 16 trades Thursday. 16 trades. A lot of moving pieces. A lot.
Yeah, I mean, people want to say like, oh, it's not as exciting as we thought, but it was exciting for. I thought it wasn't like, oh my God, like we won't get that, oh my gosh, this is crazy until probably postseason.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But there were some good moves. There was a lot of suspense behind Kyle Lowry to see what's the fate for him in Toronto. Obviously, we all know that it's looking like it's going to be a postseason move for him.
He's probably,
And, because he talked to various different teams, and he's like, well, I don't want to be a rental to anyone, to where it's like you got me here, and then you're going to trade me again at the end of the season. But, Houston Rockets, very disastrous year. I am just so disappointed.
What a franchise. Y'all gave away James Harden.
For nothing.
Basically. Nothing.
Yeah. I mean.
For nothing. You did the same thing with Oladipo.
You traded him. Then you fumbled the opportunity to get Karis LeVert and Jared Allen for Oladipo. A first-round pick. And ended up with Avery Bradley and Kelly Olynyk.
I honestly do not see them making it. I'm pretty sure Olynyk's going to play. I don't see Avery Bradley playing. Avery Bradley hasn't played the entire, this year. He played last year, but he didn't play this. He hasn't played. I haven't seen him this year. So he's hurt.
Right.
Olynyk was solid for Miami, but he was solid for a playoff team. I just don't see how Olynyk is going to
No.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Then you got, I know they were talking about trying to buy out John Wall. I don't know if that was a lie or not. I'm pretty sure it was a lie.
No, that would be stupid.
Yeah, I mean, then you got, I don't know where this franchise is going. I really don't know where this franchise is going.
It's dumpster fire. I mean,
yeah.
And I hate that, again, a black coach is
just about to say that,
has to endure all of this.
Yeah.
Especially from Coach Silas' standpoint of just his background and what he's done, with the Mavs. And it is frustrating to just see how this is how Houston turned down. And honestly, I don't blame anybody who don't want to play football or basketball there or even baseball.
Yeah.
I mean,
all of, dang, you right. Astros, Rockets.
What is it?
Dang.
What is it?
How do you not get Duncan Robinson or Tyler Hero?
Yeah, no.
How do you not get one of them?
Listen, postseason is the postseason trade. I mean, it's going to be a very crucial time for the Rockets. You have to spend a lot of money to get this program or this organization back on track.
But who's going to want to go there after that?
They got to make a lot of moves. It's front office things. Front office.
Really, all they got is Christian Wood. I mean, John Wall been hooping, but he been hurt so much this season. It's kind of hard to even know what's gonna happen with him after the season. So,
yeah. I mean,
what a franchise, man.
Denver, I like the move. Denver made.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon, JaVale McGee.
Dang,
pretty solid.
McGee. I think McGee was on the I swear he was on the Nuggets before, if I'm not mistaken. I might be tripping, but I feel like he's been on the Nuggets before. But yeah, Aaron Gordon, he's still young.
Yeah.
He's I think he's shooting like a career high from 3 this season.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a solid piece. He's really kind of like a younger Millsap. So they can move Millsap to the bench, put him starting. One thing is, it's a lot of offense on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of defense.
Not a lot of defense.
Jamal Murray don't play defense.
No.
Jokic he don't play defense either. So Michael Porter Jr. definitely does not play defense.
Yeah. It's a wrap.
So they'll be giving up about 140, 150 a night.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Right. I still like the move, though.
Yeah. Defense wins games, though. I was really excited for the Magic. because they got a very young core coming in now.
They got rid of all their veterans and just was like, let's just go young.
I mean, you got R.J. Hampton, Wendell Carter Jr.
They got Fort Steele.
Yep.
Mo Bamba.
Yeah,
they got a nice little young squad going. Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
Who was it that just tore his ACL in the bubble? Isaac.
Oh yeah, Isaac.
I can't remember the kid name. Anyways, you got Otto Porter Jr. coming in. So, the Magic
looking good.
Magic's looking good. Give them a couple years. Everybody don't start putting your bids in now. Give them a couple years to develop, and they're young, so they have to grow. Yeah. So definitely, this is a team to watch. What do you think about that Bulls trade?
Boy, that was good.
Yeah,
that was good. Again, another trade where I think great offensive piece.
Mm-hmm.
Putting up a lot of points every night.
Right.
Defense just not going to be there. Vooch, I don't really see him as a defensive player, but offensively, he's one of the maybe all around mostly offensive, talented centers we got right now. So. Yeah, and Zach LaVine said he's been waiting to play for it, like with a center like that. So I think that's going to be a nice 1-2 punch for sure. They're definitely trying to make a playoff push too. If I'm not mistaken, I think they may be. I know they're not top 8. No, they're not in the 8 right now. They're probably like 9, 10, or 11. But like the way the Eastern Conference is looking, like you can win 1 game, 2 games, and you can be like in the 4th seed like that. I mean, look at the Hawks, what they did. So
right.
I like what the Bulls did. They're definitely trying to make a playoff push for sure.
Yeah, and they are. Let me see. They are. Yep, they're 9 right now in the East. So
they'll definitely be in the play-in. But
facts.
I think I don't know. They got the Pacers in front of them. They got Boston in front of them. They'll probably stay around that 9-10 spot. I think the move that the Celtics made with Fournier was good because they do need. I mean, I guess you can say they need more offense. Well, they need more players on the bench for sure. Their bench is bad.
Bench, and they need depth.
Yeah, they need depth. Yeah, the depth is bad.
Depth.
Yeah, so
and they need some type of consistency.
Yeah,
somebody to be there to help them close out games.
It's crazy. I was talking to somebody and they were like, "Shoot, they should have tried to get Kyle Lowry for Kemba." Because
and you know what, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
Even going back to the Oladipo trade, remember there were rumors and a lot of buzz about Oladipo going to Miami before he even ended up in Houston.
That was last year in the bubble. They was talking about that stuff. Yeah.
So I mean, hey, I think that this is kind of like a trade deadline where it's just like we're just getting some people in some places, but we're not making any major moves yet until off season.
He still got the buyouts. He still got Drummond got bought out. LaMarcus Aldridge got bought out.
Yep.
So we'll see where they go. I mean, it's probably gonna be the same 3 teams.
Now, what about Boogie Cousins? I haven't heard anything about Boog.
I think at this point, like, I don't know if he's like playable like that. Like he's
I was just wondering. Yeah,
he's okay, but
I was wondering what's the deal with him. Yeah, I mean, some good pieces, some good stuff moved.
The Heat definitely won though. They definitely won, and it was because of the Rockets alone. They didn't give up anything, in my opinion.
No,
and they kept their core intact. They got Victor. They got the dude that wanted to come. Like I haven't heard. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. What about the Knicks? How we feel about the Knicks?
The Knicks have surprised me this year, and I think the only reason they surprised me is because of the past couple seasons that they've had.
Of course.
But like Julius Randle has been hooping. R.J. Barrett's been hooping. Everybody was trying to write R.J. Barrett off last year. He was a rookie.
You know how they do.
Yeah, you know how they do rookies though.
They don't know basketball.
I mean, shoot, they got Quickly's been doing, like, these dudes are hooping, like, so I expect them to definitely be, I don't know what seed they are. They might be maybe 5th or like around there. Yeah, so they'll definitely stay around there. I like what they got going on. Then they got Derrick Rose still. I think he's hurt right now, so he'll probably be back soon. Got Taj Gibson. Some nice veterans and some nice young talent. That's a good mesh when you got it right there. I think that's something like, well, that's kind of like what the Hawks got.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what the Hawks got.
Yeah.
And young players, veterans.
Let's get into some Hawks talk since you brought that up because, of course, the Hawks traded Rondo to the Clippers for Lou Will. And I thought that this was a great move because I know that Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell were really good on that pick, like the pick and roll. That's what Lou Will did really good on that. And so when you got the Hawks, when you have young players like, JC on that pick and roll, I think that will be really good for Atlanta.
Man, I'm glad they kind of did something like that because, I mean, it's crazy because I just be looking at Hawks Twitter and I think it was the Clippers game when they were up, 22. Then you put Rondo in, the lead dwindles down, and everybody just blamed it on Rondo. But they were like, Rondo needs to get traded. Rondo isn't doing anything. Rondo was a big part of that 8-game winning streak.
Yes,
in my honest opinion, Rondo was a big part of that 8-game winning streak. He wasn't. You're not gonna get any like major offensive like things from him, but he can pass. That's his main, like, that's what he does. He knows how to set teammates up. So you're not going to get much offensive from him, but, I mean, he was solid, in my opinion.
Now, what game was that? I think it was a road game. Was it the Kings? I can't remember what game it was, but Rondo literally changed the momentum of that game.
It was the Kings game. It was definitely the Kings game. Yeah.
Because they were down.
Yeah, it was the Kings game, and he did that. Yeah.
So definitely give Rondo his credit.
Please.
I mean, he was unhealthy.
Yeah.
Battling injuries and stuff like that. But I do think that he came to Atlanta and did what he could. And
And the Clippers need a point guard too.
Absolutely.
So it was honestly, in my honest opinion, it was a win-win.
It was.
It was a win-win.
It was. And then of course the legacy of Lou Will, being from Atlanta, changing the game. At one point he just said yesterday he was contemplating on retiring. But hey, I mean, he can just retire as a Hawk, retire right here at home. But I still think that he has a lot in his tank. Bringing that veteran experience. Of course, even just being home, that could really just change so much for him. So I'm excited. I mean, the Hawks, despite losing these past 2 games, right?
Yeah, past 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen. But they were on a 9-game winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 9 games.
They turned it around.
Turned it around tremendously. Now you're 4th in the East.
Yeah.
So, listen.
I think they dropped to 6. Yeah,
they dropped
to 6. Yeah. Everybody's like 22 and 22 or 23 and 22. I'm sorry. If they win tonight, I think they'll probably move up. Maybe 5th or 4th.
Well, it depends on what the Knicks.
What the Knicks do.
They may be tied.
Yeah.
Well, actually, also with Chicago too.
See everything. Chicago, this is exciting. This is going to be great. These last 2 months are going to be exciting.
Why did I say Chicago? Charlotte. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte's been doing good. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, regardless of which, they're above 9.
Yeah.
So the Hawks have definitely turned it around. I love what Nate McMillan has done. He's doing some good things, man. Like I think that this is probably the best thing for the Hawks because the players seem more comfortable. They seem like they can play their game. He rotates very well, in my opinion, too.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I will definitely be looking forward to seeing if they make the playoffs because during the playoffs they shorten the rotation to 8-9 players. Literally. From player 1 to player 15
all come in
can play on the Hawks.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to be mad. Somebody's going to be upset. Yeah. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like if they make the playoffs, that bench is definitely going to be – you definitely got to put Gallo in there. You got to put Lou in there. Yeah. I feel like he's going to start Bogdanović eventually.
Absolutely.
So maybe Herter, and then you got – I feel like I'm missing somebody. Maybe Dunn. I don't know. Who knows? Oh no, Snell.
I was about to say Snell.
Definitely Snell. Yeah. So
but he's in the starting lineup though now.
Yeah,
right?
he is. Yeah. But I'm sure when Hunter gets back to full time. So so
Snell,
he's gonna move.
Sure.
He's gonna move out.
For
so
sure.
It's definitely gonna be. It's most likely has to be Snell, Lou, Gallo, and I just missed the other dude. Bogey. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's going to be real interesting.
Bogey's starting to get back comfortable.
Yeah, he is.
He's knocking down some shots that really needs to be knocked down.
Yeah.
So, I'm enjoying this team. I really am. They are turning it around. So, look, hey,
Hawks going on up.
they
Finally,
just had to make
bruh.
a couple moves,
Dog.
a couple business decisions before they could get back to the team that had the best trade deadline. I still think that they had the best off-season trade deadline.
Oh, one last thing. Is John Collins a Hawk next season?
I wholeheartedly believe so.
Okay.
Look,
We've been
gotta-
flip flopping with this a lot though.
we have, but you got to pay that man.
Yeah.
You have to.
Especially what he's been doing recently.
He's been doing it.
Yeah.
And I mean, despite whatever people want to say, even taking it back last year from the 25-game suspension, he came back and him and Trae Young was the top
They're
scorers.
going crazy.
So I don't agree with, I've never agreed with them getting him out of here, and I mean, if you do, it's got to be a damn good player.
That's what I'm saying.
To come in and build some shoes.
Who are you going to bring in besides John? I mean, except like to replace him that's going to be like better than John. I don't really see anybody on the market right now.
I don't see it.
So
you see, they tried to create a storyline between him and Trae beefing, and I mean, look at that, because chemistry you can never lie about chemistry.
Never.
You can never lie about chemistry, and they have that chemistry out there on the floor. Period.
I like it.
So
I think they'll re-sign him for sure.
Yeah.
I think they'll re-sign
Absolutely.
him. And if they'll probably re-sign him, but at the end of the day, if they don't want him, they're probably going to be like, we don't want to just lose him for nothing.
Right.
So they'll probably sign him, then trade him somewhere for something else. They'll try to do one of those things. But
pay that man.
Pay that man.
All right, Malik, go ahead. Take it away.
Oh, man. NFL. We want to talk about the NBA trades. Whew. I was at work, Nia, just doing my work, and I saw the Dolphins traded the 3rd pick to San Francisco.
Isn't that crazy?
That was insane. But I honestly feel like, so, of course, the draft talks have been ramping up.
Yeah.
And then you already know who's going number 1. Trevor Lawrence going number 1 for sure. What was really holding everything up is number 2. It's the Jets. Nobody knows what the Jets are really going to do because they got Sam Darnold. And everybody's like, okay, Sam Darnold's going to be the starter. Sam Darnold's going to stay with the Jets.
Right.
But Sam Darnold has not looked good since being in the NFL. I know you remember that one time he said he was seeing ghosts on the field. No NFL quarterback should be saying that he saw ghosts on the field.
Oof.
Questionable.
Lord.
So, but other people think they're going to take a quarterback. So, of course, the quarterback now is Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson has risen his draft stock. I remember he was like the 4th best quarterback. Now he's literally the 2nd best quarterback. So I in my honest opinion, I think they're going to go Zach Wilson second. Now, another thing, nobody knew what the Dolphins were going to do. They already got Tua.
Right.
They actually have a nice little team going. They got a good defense, nice little offensive weapons. So nobody knew. Now you got San Francisco there.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you want to get rid of Jimmy or
They're
do you want to
keeping
go
him.
for a quarterback? They're going to keep him.
They're keeping Jimmy.
But I think they're going to go quarterback.
Mm.
They're going to go quarterback. And it's crazy. I was listening to Chris Sims and somebody else talk about this on the radio, and they were like, they might just get Mac Jones.
Ooh.
Mac Jones is maybe the 5th or 6th best quarterback in this draft.
Wow.
So, but they were like, Kyle Shanahan is known for like getting a player that he likes, no matter if it's the best quarterback on the court. I mean, on the field or whatnot. He's gonna get who fits his system, and apparently Mac Jones fits his system. I don't think you trade up to 3 to get Mac Jones. I just don't see it because I think they had the 12th pick. They traded it, and I think he would have been there at 12, in my honest opinion. So that's kind of crazy. So then maybe 15 minutes later, the Dolphins traded up to the number 6 pick and traded with Philly. So Philly has the 12th pick now.
Crazy.
So Miami's doing some things right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what Miami's going to do still. I didn't know what they were going to do with 3rd pick. I don't know what they're going to do with the 6th pick. But I just want to know what the Falcons are going to do.
Yes.
That's all I'm in. I'm really interested in knowing what the Falcons are going to do. Because they restructured Matt Ryan's contract last week.
Yep.
So it's a definite that he's going to be here until his contract runs up.
Exactly.
Why would they? Well, apparently they said they did it because they needed to free up cap space because they don't have any cap space. You see the players they're drafting. I mean, they're signing this off season. So you don't know if they're gonna go quarterback. They might go tight end. They might go offensive lineman. Nobody knows what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do. I didn't know what they were gonna do last year.
Quarterback.
I think it's time for a quarterback.
It is.
It's time for a quarterback for sure.
Yeah. Like, you don't want to wait until it's too late. And then
exactly, because
you don't have anybody to really fill those shoes of Matt Ryan.
Yeah, who knows if they're going to get the 4th pick again. Like, this is the only opportunity they have to get a game changer. Yeah. And, I mean, if we being honest, we don't know if Justin Fields is the game changer. We don't know if dang, I forget his name so quick. I forgot other dude's name. But I just don't think if your name is not Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson, it's kind of hard to even see what the Falcons are going to do.
Well, they don't really have a choice at this point. It's like, get them right. Get them right. So we'll see, April 29th?
April 29th.
We will see.
Man. Whew. Oh, yeah, one more thing. The Bucks are trying to win again.
Yeah.
They didn't re-sign the whole team.
Yeah.
They re-signed Brady, Gronk, Shaq Barrett. They franchise tag Godwin, re-signed Levante David, Sue, and they just re-signed Fournette.
Yeah.
So it's running back season for real.
Yeah.
It's running back season.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's
bullies.
going on. Yeah. Nah, for real. Bullies for real.
Straight bully ball.
So this NFL season is going to be interesting. I'm really excited to see. There's a lot of different things going on. So
here we go.
Wait.
Fired up then. April 29th. All right, y'all. You Gotta Be Kidding Me is coming up next.
Be kidding me?
We got some crazy things to talk about. Let's get it.
All right, guys. We are back with You Gotta Be Kidding Me. This is truly You Gotta Be Kidding Me.
Yeah, no.
Truly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, let's start with the topic of the week. Never heard of this guy until, of course, what was it this week? All these weeks seem alike.
It was this week.
Or was it last week when he got exposed?
It was this week.
It was this week? Okay.
Maybe like Monday, Tuesday.
Okay. So I'd never heard of this guy, Derrick Jaxn. Apparently he's some type of relationship guru or something like that. And if you have not heard or seen this story, well, I need you to read up on it because this guy called out a pastor, a very well-known pastor, for cheating on his wife. I don't know how it got to the point it got flipped back to Derrick Jaxn, but moral of the story is it came out that he's been cheating on his wife for years now. And this story is actually much deeper than people think, because this guy is a psychopath.
Oh, this girl right here, my wife. You talking about my wife? Inside my house that I paid for? Now her bitch ass daddy nigga.
He's sick.
Both of them.
Yes, both of them.
Both of them are very insane.
He's the reason why this may have added to her trauma.
Yeah.
You see a bonnet, I see the helmet of salvation. You see an army green shirt, I see the breastplate of righteousness.
Imagine being married to somebody. You've been with somebody since college.
Yeah.
Go ahead after college, you get married. You have kids with this person. You've literally have shared a legacy with someone and they don't even respect you enough. The audacity for you to get on camera every single day and talk about other people's relationships or give advice.
When your relationship
it's dumpster fire. It's terrible.
Really
it's toxic. And listen, choose what kind of information you take in because we can glorify these relationships, these YouTube couples or these celebrity people, but you really don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And I think that this situation is a prime example of you don't know what goes on behind closed doors because if you look at the wife's Instagram, the wife is pretty much airing out everything. I've sent it to you. It's some really sad and sickening stuff.
On last month.
And, she was just talking about how she has pretty much stalked the women that he has been having an affair with to the point that she is obsessed with these women. And
she's literally degrading herself.
She's degrading herself.
At the same time.
She has tried her hardest to fit that fit the preference that her husband obviously has cheated on her with. I mean, she's seen the sex tapes, for God's sakes, Malik. The sex tapes. She studied the sex tapes.
Her mind is messed up.
To please this man that she calls her husband. That is some scary, sick stuff.
There's a lot to unpack here.
There's a lot.
And
wow.
Like, I understand that part is very traumatizing. But I think what really kind of got to me was the whole, when they made the video and they started talking about God and the whole, I'm really trying to be on like a little, like, I'm on a spiritual journey right now. So I'm learning different things every day or whatnot. I'm reading my Bible every day. So I'm learning new things. So when you, at some point it seemed like he was blaming God for what he was doing, and every like 30 seconds it was, God's been with us, God's doing this, God's doing that. Why didn't he plan to seek God before all of this was going on? Why are you trying to seek God now? You know you messed up now. I mean, I get it, and I get it. Like, when you mess up, when you do bad things, you know, you're going to have to get on your knees. And you're going to have to pray for a minute.
Manipulation.
But as soon as temptation rolls into your head, into both of your heads, you should have seeked God then.
Yeah.
You should not have let it got that far.
Well, here's the thing. It shows how much he loves and values his wife, period. Because if you really loved her, if you really cared about your family, then you wouldn't have degraded her the way. I mean, he's making a mockery of his wife's pain.
Yeah.
If you've seen the comments, you've seen him kind of like mimicking and mocking what people are saying, like blink twice if you trying to get out, sis, or even him making a reaction video
talking in third
to
person.
His own video of him.
Third person.
Malik, you gotta be a different type of person if you gonna sit here and tell me we about to make a video of why I cheated on you. You got me in the camera looking crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a bonnet or a hat. I still don't know. I don't. She really
said
care.
It's the salvation, the helmet of salvation.
Yeah, man. She's lost it.
Yeah,
she's tapped out.
She has.
Bruh. She's done.
She has. And I really, really hope that her family members or somebody who was close to her has stepped in. Obviously, sis has literally given her life to this man. I haven't seen any girlfriends on her social media. Yeah. You know, he's got her mind so manipulated and so messed up to where it's like, you know, when you see a person who's kind of changed their life and given their life to Christ, and, you know, now it's just God is this, God is that, God is this, God is that, which is fine.
That's cool.
That's great. I'm so glad that you have God in your life, but let's know the difference between Christ and practicing what God has in place for us than manipulation.
Yeah.
And what I see is manipulation. I see a lot of she's a victim of abuse.
Yeah.
Imagine just, I'm sure in college he was doing the same thing. I feel like this is nothing new. It's just now it's like it's really, really getting to that point because this man has a platform and he's constantly embarrassing his wife. You're outside making videos about relationship advice, but you're outside of your mistress' home.
You're out of your relationship, bro. That junk is crazy to me. It's crazy because I don't know if this, because I didn't hear about the pastor thing, honestly, until you said something, but I was looking at a YouTube video. I guess it's this lady that has like a talk show, and one of the girls that he was, I guess, messing around with or trying to mess around with had came on her show.
Who, Derrick or the pastor?
Derrick.
Okay.
Derrick. She came on and started talking about Derrick basically and saying like he was messaging her on Snapchat, and basically he was saying like he's like emotionally burnt out from his relationship with his wife or whatnot. And the girl was like, are you still, you know, talking to your wife? And he was I think she said after like a minute, he blocked her on Snapchat, deleted his Snapchat, blocked her on Instagram or whatnot. So that was already a red flag, bro. Like that's some insane stuff. Like I never understood why do men, women cheat. Women cheat. I just don't understand why do you put yourself through that much stress to do that? Like, do you understand how stressful it, like, even thinking about it is like, okay, I gotta hide this, like I can't do this, or like it's stressful. Why put yourself through all of this to cheat?
Yeah,
just leave.
Just leave. Figure it out later, but just leave. You know, and you didn't let it get so far to the point you've married this woman now, and you have kids with her. She despises her. In the paragraph from what I got from when I was reading one of the captions on her photos is that she does not necessarily despises her daughters, but she cannot look at her daughter the same because her daughter's dark skin. Imagine you inflicting that much pain on your wife because you've only slept with darker toned women. Now your wife has some type of resentment towards your child.
Your own daughter.
Come on now.
That is really insane. It's funny. I was talking to my therapist about it. She said, well, I guess she said they all have like this meeting on like each week. And she was like, they were talking about it. She was like, they think it's propaganda. Like some of it's propaganda.
Oh yeah.
And she also said that she would not take the dude. Like she would, if he called her for help, she wouldn't take it.
No.
She would not take it.
No.
She said she'd help the lady for sure. But
he's a narcissist.
Yeah.
He's a narcissist.
Yeah.
Like he's a narcissist, and narcissists don't do well with therapists.
Yeah.
And that's just what I get for somebody who's been able to get away with so much for so long, and he knows that his wife is going to stay around because he's able to manipulate her, and he knows her weak points. I mean, you've been with her for years now, and you guys are familiar with one another. You know, it's very sad. So definitely prayers to the wife, and of course those kids that have to go through this. You know, it's just awful. It's very, very awful. Malik?
So it's crazy. I just literally saw this come into the studio.
Yeah.
So Lil Nas X and I don't know the other company, but they're Nike shoes or whatnot. They're Satan. They came out with Satan shoes. They have the Bible verse, Luke 10:40. I think it's like Luke 10 or something 48, saying something. I guess it says something along the lines of and that's when I saw Satan or something like that. I guess they came out with them because it's Air Max Day. They are Air Maxes, but that's insane.
And they're like $1,000+.
They're $1,000. They're selling 666 of them.
Ooh.
Yeah, real demonic like.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's giving me demonic vibes.
Yeah.
Real demon vibes.
Yeah.
That ain't it. Why Lil Nas X? The whole the box has Satan on it.
No.
Yeah, the box has Satan on it. Yeah. You open the box, Satan is looking dead at you.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. Don't buy them shoes, y'all. Don't buy them.
Well, if you're spending $1,000 on shoes with Satan on them, then that just
listen.
that
Shoe culture been different recently, so I would not be surprised.
Oh my God, that's scary.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't have that around my house at all. And it's funny because just a couple days ago, I got something in the mail. It was like I opened it. It was like 4 different things in there. I opened the first thing. It was literally a picture of God, like with his eyes closed. And it's supposed to be a praying mat or something, a prayer rug. Yeah, I know. And basically it was like you're supposed to pray on this rug. And after you pray on the rug, no, you're supposed to look at the picture first. Stare at it. And they said Jesus is going to open his eyes and look at you. I wasn't doing that. Then they said, pray over the rug. You're supposed to get many blessings. I didn't do that either. What I did was I put all the sheets back in the envelope. I tore my address off the paper and I threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
I ain't with that stuff.
Yeah.
No. I'm not with that.
I don't play by my God.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
At first I thought, oh man, this is a sign. Yeah. A sign for me to, nah. I ain't with that.
Oof.
I ain't with that.
Yeah.
Man. Y'all stop playing with God, man. Please stop playing with God.
Like, why?
Please stop playing.
Satan shoes.
Yeah.
And they're only selling. I don't even want to say I don't even want to repeat.
Yeah,
the number,
right.
But
yeah.
I just want to know
Red and black.
How is the concept? How is the creative meetings in this? Like, okay, guys, we're gonna make a shoe about Satan.
This is gonna blow their minds.
Ooh, that is so scary.
They're not gonna see this one coming, guys. I promise you.
Yo, very scary. Very
Satan
scary.
shoes.
Very scary. Woo. But that's all for You Gotta Be Kidding Me. As you can see, you really gotta be kidding me.
You really gotta be kidding me at this point, y'all.
We're about to wrap this episode up.
Wrap it up. All right, guys, that is it for episode 28. We appreciate you making it this far into the episode.
Yes, we hope you guys have enjoyed.
Yes, hope so.
So we talked about some good stuff.
Yeah. Birthday next week.
Yeah.
What's up? What you gonna do?
I don't know.
What you gonna do?
I haven't gotten that far. I'm very last minute every year when it comes to my birthday. Of course, last year I didn't have one. I was hoping to travel this year because the plan was to travel for my 24th and 25th birthday. So I guess we gotta push that back now. So 25th birthday, hopefully we'll be traveling and out the country.
Okay.
But this year, I'm gonna keep it simple. Probably birthday dinner. Have people that I really care and love about. Love. Birthday dinner. Do some celebrating and maybe some brunch over the weekend. Have a good time. Let my hair down a little bit and
go crazy.
go crazy, just a little bit.
Are you a mimosa person?
I am.
Oh,
I am
man.
a major mimosa person. Like, I'm not a big alcohol person, but mimosas is what can do it for me.
What's your favorite kind of wine?
It is a Carlos something, but I love sweet
Carlo
red.
Rossi?
Carlos something. It's like in a big old jug.
Like the 3 liter. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
what you're talking about. Carlo.
sweet red.
Yeah.
I love sweet red wine. I love all sweet wine. I'm not really a dry wine person. What about you?
I don't like dry wine either. Why? I was crazy. I was with some of my old coworkers last week, and they were going crazy over dry wine. I was like, it's dry.
It's disgusting. It is so sick. Like, if it's not sweet, I can't do it. I've always been the type of person, even with just like alcohol, period. If it's not sweet, like margaritas or something, I'm not drinking. Yeah. I just can't. My tolerance level is just, my taste buds and my tolerance levels is, nah.
I like Stella Rosa though. Stella's
cute.
Moscato. I like Moscato.
Yeah.
Moscato.
Stella's great. People will, drag you because they'll say it's juice, but whatever.
Whatever juice or what.
Yeah, it hit. It's good for me. Shoot, my little tolerance level. But anyways, y'all, that is episode 28. Thanks for tuning in with us. You guys already know the drill. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at InTheClutchPod. Tweet us, talk to us, comment. We need, we're growing each and every day. Shout out to our editors, Ricky and Sydney, for doing some amazing content for us. So yeah, that's episode 28. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Nia on Air.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Malik ATL.
And we will see you guys next time.
See you guys. We out.